Hello everyone, in this video we will be seeing how to handle a CSV file and it is there in your CBSE 12th standard syllabus. To begin with, you need to know what is the full form of CSV. CSV means comma separated values. When you tell a comma means a delimiter which can split a particular string or data. So we have already seen a word called a delimiter when we were using a split function in string. We have seen space as a delimiter by default. So let me start the explanation of delimiter from that example itself. So let me have a string for which I have to apply the split function. I'm just typing the string. Have a nice day, and I'm applying the split function by using dot. Here I'm not giving anything. Even if I'm not giving anything inside the split function, or if I'm giving the space, it means that it is going to split the string with the space. If I'm splitting the string with the space, I'll be getting the elements as have a nice day as each and every element stored in the list. So if I need to have any other delimiters which can split the string, I can have a comma and I can specify the delimiter within the split function as comma. Now here the string is going to get splitted with respect to comma. So in this way we can have whatever delimiters we need. Even we can have a tilde symbol or a hash or whatever delimiters we need. By default, many are using comma separated values. That is why the name C for comma has come. Comma separated values is used. Okay, it is a simple flat file. Here if you see the definition, it is a simple flat file in a human readable format. It is going to be in a readable format only. It is not going to be converted into any encrypted format, and which is extensively used to store the tabular data, the data which is in the form of a table. Whatever we can store in the form of a table, we can store it in the CSV file, in a spreadsheet, or in a database. Which means that whatever CSV file we are having, we can import it and we can store all the data into any particular database. What are the advantages? We have the advantages as it is very fast to handle. Whatever data which is being stored in comma separated value, it is faster compared to binary file or images or some other type of storage. Okay, even in the text, if you are storing, and also compared to all other files, it is going to be in a smaller size, right? And it is easy to generate and import onto a spreadsheet. To generate in the sense of when we are having a form to be filled, or when we are having some content to be entered and stored into it, when we are clicking the submit button, all the details which we need will be stored in particular place, in a particular file, right? Instead of storing it in a file, if we are using CSV file, it is going to be easy to view the data. The programmer has to decide whether we need to store it in a CSV file or a text file or a binary file. According to the problem, we have to find the solution. It is going to be human readable. I'll show you how it is going to get stored, and easy to edit manually. Even the manual edition also can be easy and simple to implement and parse. As I said, it is going to be very easy to implement. We'll be having some functionalities. We can generate CSV file easily. Parsing means to loop through it, to take each and every row through, to process the data. Everything is going to be easy in case of CSV file, and it is used almost in all the application. Not completely everyone is using. Whenever it is required, CSV file will be used. So CSV file handling in Python, as we have, there is an import statement with CSV. Before going into that, I'll show you what is a CSV file and how it looks like. I'll open a notepad. If I have some data, suppose it is a book number. In a library, they'll be maintaining some details, right? Book number, title of the book, author of the book, and for example, the price of the book. Okay, in this case, this is going to be the first row. I want this as the first row in my spreadsheet or Excel sheet. Suppose let me have some book number. If I'm storing it in within the quotes, or if I'm not storing within the quotes, it doesn't differ. Everything will be stored in a form of a string only. This will be appearing as a first row. See how am I saving it? Here I am myself creating the file. We'll be having separate program. Through the program also we can create a file. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating the file. Okay, I'm saving it in the desktop. Now if we see, we can see the book number, title, author, and price. All the book numbers which I have in the notepad, if you see, it is going to get stored here. And title, author, price. Here the delimiter which we are using is comma. Can you all understand? The first row is going to be the first line from the CSV file. Even if I'm closing this and if I'm making some changes here, I'm making it as 1000. Okay, I'm saving it. Now if I'm opening the file, see, it is getting changed. It is going to be easy for manual corrections also. So now we can directly move to the program and see how they are writing into the file and reading from the CSV file. As we have the import statement, like in binary we had binary file handling, we had import pickle, right? Here we are having import CSV, which is a package from which we will be using the functionalities. There we had the functionalities called the load and dump. Here we are having writer, reader, and you are reading from the content. As I said, the content, how we are storing it in the notepad. If we are seeing it in the spreadsheet, it is going to be there in this format. Now when we are seeing the practical implementation, this is the way we can write some content into the file. Import CSV will be the first line, and as we have seen in the text file handling, we will be giving the path where the file is available, and then comma R is going to be, we are opening in the read mode. We wanted to read the content which is from the file which is already created. So when we are opening in the read mode, the file must be available in the system, otherwise it is going to show you an error message. And here CSV dot reader, CSV is the package. CSV is the package from which we are invoking the function called reader, to which we are supplying the parameter as the file handle. This F is called as a file handle, and with this, if we are invoking the reader, this is going to create an object called CSV reader object. The object which is getting created when we are invoking this function is called as CSV reader object. For row in CSV reader, print row. Here we are passing through the CSV reader and getting the content stored in the variable called row, and when we are printing it, we can see the list getting appeared. The first row in a form of a list, and the second row and third row, it goes on like that. Whenever it is looping into it, each and every time you can retrieve the row from the CSV file. Let us write a program to retrieve the content from this Excel sheet. First line is going to be import CSV, and then we'll be having the file handle to be opened. Let us give the path here, comma, I'm opening it in the read mode, and then I'll be having an object, a reader object, which is equal to CSV is the package available from which I'm invoking the function called reader, and F is going to be the file handle, and from here we'll be looping through the reader object and getting each and every row. So row in reader object, will be printing the row and seeing each and every content, and at last, as we know, we have to close the file. Okay, so we need the location and the link to the file, right? the name of the slash must be changed to this slash, or else we can make use of two slashes in this way also. Okay. Now we have given the path, and it is opened in the read mode, and everything is right. O is in capital letter. So if you see, each and every row from the Excel sheet is being retrieved. Thus, from the CSV file, we are retrieving it in the form of a list. Now, what all the questions you can expect in this form? You can be asked with display all the books which is having the title starting with the letter A, the total price which is available. Display the details of those books which are having the price greater than 1000. So in this way, you will be getting the questions from this. So we will be seeing some other functionalities which is available, how to find the row number from this, and how to find the total number of records available by excluding the first one. First one is going to be the title of each and every content, right? That is not required when we are counting the total number of rows. How to skip the first row and start reading the content from the second row onwards. All that we'll be seeing in the next video. Hope you all have understood how to read from a CSV file. Thank you for watching.